Welcome to episode 14 of the Ghosts and Ghouls podcast. I'm your host, Tyler, and with me, I have the amateur and alien abduction analysis, my co-host, Anthony. I'm going to tell him a fictional scary story about a supposedly real cryptid creature, monster, paranormal entity, alien, or some other supernatural thing, and then he's going to try to guess what it is. Now, in the story, I have redacted the name of the thing and replaced it with descriptions, make it a little harder. Then, we're going to look at some history on the creature, its use in pop culture. We'll do a little what would you do if you had to face this thing scenario. And finally, if we're going to make a movie, how we're making a movie, what the story's going to look like, how we're shooting, and who we're casting in it.
Just want to take this quick second to say thank you guys, and please go ahead and leave a like, comment, and subscribe, and turn that bell on for any notifications so you can see when we post and see any updates that we may have. And also go ahead and follow us on our TikTok, Instagram, and our lovely audio listeners. Anywhere you listen to your podcast, we're on everything: iHeartRadio, Apple Podcasts, YouTube Music, Amazon Music, Audible, anywhere. Really.
Please leave a rating. It helps us immensely.
Exactly. So, 3 questions?
3 questions. Okay, so Anthony gets 3 yes or no questions to narrow down where we might be, what this thing might be, and then he kind of gets a shot in the dark.
Good old
blind guessing. Just blasting.
We have been in North America
a lot recently.
Yep. I think the last one we were actually in Europe. No.
It was the Flatwoods.
Yeah, it was Flatwoods.
Yeah, the cursed episode of Ghosts is never going to come out.
It's never going to come out.
It's never going to come out. Cursed episode of Ghosts is never going to come out.
So I'm just going to...
We're never going to cover ghosts.
I'm going to go ahead and say that we are actually in Africa.
Nope.
Such a random pick I was going to do. Are we on the East Hemisphere?
No.
No? Okay, Europe.
Isn't Europe in the East? Eastern Hemisphere?
No, what? I got mixed up. I got mixed up.
You still get the same amount of information, but I love it. We'll redact the is it in Europe question. We'll give you your third. We'll give you your third one. We're not in Africa. We're not in the East. We're in the West.
We're in the West Hemisphere. God damn. Are we in North America?
Yes.
Oh my goodness. Okay.
I'll even give you a little flavorful little blip. We're fairly close in relation to the world. If you spun a globe, these locations would be very close where we're currently at and where Flatwoods was at. The Flatwoods monster.
I'm going to go ahead and say that we are in, or it is the Wendigo.
Unfortunately, no. It's not the Wendigo. Eventually, you will get that guess right.
Mm-hmm.
All right, you ready for the story?
Yes.
All right. This one is called The Pale Ones from the Woodline. The McAllister family had just moved into the old farmhouse outside of Hopkinsville at the end of August, just in time for the heat, the cicadas, and, as the locals warned, the strange things that sometimes come out of the woods at night. They laughed it off until the night the scratching began. It was nearly 11:30 p.m. when the first sound scraped across the window in the living room. Long, slow, and deliberate, like a coin dragged across old wood. Sarah McAllister froze on her couch. Her husband, Mark, muted the TV. And then the scratching came again. Probably a branch, Mark said. Though, there were no trees near enough to touch the house. Then came the tapping. 3 soft knocks on the glass. Tap, tap, tap. Their son Ethan crept down the stairs, rubbing his eyes. Mom, Dad, something's looking in my window. Sarah's blood turned cold. What did you see, sweetie? He swallowed. A small head with big shiny eyes. Mark grabbed the shotgun he kept above the door and eased outside. The night air was too still. No insects, no wind, just a heavy silence. Then he saw it. A small figure crouched beside the house. No taller than a child, but disturbingly unnatural. Its skin was smooth and silvery pale, almost glowing under the moon. Its limbs were thin and spindly, bending wrong. Its ears stuck out horizontally, like pointed wing-like fins, and its eyes, huge, bulbous, completely black, but reflective. The creature noticed him and stretched its mouth into a wide, predatory grin. Mark recoiled. Sarah, get Ethan inside. Now! The thing scuttled backwards with inhuman speed, vanishing around the corner. But as Mark stepped back towards the house, 3 more shapes emerged from the tree line. Identical pale figures with elongated limbs and glossy black eyes, watching him without blinking. Inside, he shouted, slamming the door. The house erupted with noise, scratching at the siding, tapping on the window, soft thuds on the roof, like small, eager hands dragging across the shingles. Ethan whimpered. Sarah held him tight, trying to steady her breath. Something tugged at the back of the door handle, rattling it violently. A metallic scraping echoed inside the fireplace, something climbing upward through the chimney. Then a shrill, metallic screech rang within the flue. They're trying to get in, Sarah whispered. Mark pointed the shotgun towards the hearth. Let them try. A thin, clawed hand, small but twitching with excitement, slipped out of the darkness and into the fireplace. Then another. Then a small head forced itself down, its huge black eyes shining hungrily. Mark fired. The blast shook the house, the creature shrieked, high and piercing, and the others outside answered with chattering, insect-like clicks. The roof thudded again, louder, more of them were gathering. The lights flickered. The windows went dark, and a dozen of pale, thin silhouettes pressed their faces against the glass, wide grins, unblinking eyes, long fingers tapping, waiting for a weakness. Then, the power died. Darkness engulfed the house. Mark pumped the shotgun with trembling hands. And from every wall, every window, every corner came the slow, deliberate knocks. Tap, tap, tap. The pale, long-limbed creatures from the woods had found their way inside that night. By morning, the farmhouse was abandoned. The doors hung open. The furniture lay overturned. The wallpaper was shredded by thin, razor-like claws. And in the dust on the living room floor were 3 sets of large, black, 3-fingered handprints leading straight towards the woods.
It's multiple things?
It's multiple.
Oh.
It seems multiple of the same creature.
So it's like a pack.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't know, because at first I was like, I was gonna say a skinwalker, but then it just didn't make sense as the story kept going.
Yeah, they didn't ever shapeshift.
No.
They
I don't know. I don't know this creature.
Any shot? Any just Hail Mary?
I don't know. No, I don't know any kind of packed creatures.
You already know what this thing is?
Yeah.
Today we are discussing the Kelly Hopkinsville Goblins. Goblins. We're still on the extraterrestrial train. On the evening of August 21st, 1955, 5 adults, 7 children arrived at the Hopkinsville police station after claiming that small alien creatures from a spaceship had been attacking their farmhouse and that they had been holding them off with gunfire for nearly 4 hours. 2 of the adults, Elmer Sutton and Billy Ray Taylor, claimed that they had been shooting at a few short, dark figures who repeatedly popped up at the doorway or peered into windows. The Kentucky New Era, the first paper to report the incident, increased the number of creatures from around 12 to 15. And that continues to be the number most often reported. Concerned about a possible gun battle between local citizens, 4 city police officers, 5 state troopers, 3 deputy sheriffs, and 4 military police officers from the nearby United States Army Fort Campbell drove to the Sutton farmhouse located near the town of Kelly in Christian County. Their search yielded no evidence apart from broken windows and holes in screens, possibly the result from gunfire. Residents of the farmhouse included Glennie Langford, her children, Lonnie, Charlotte, and Mary, 2 grown sons from a previous marriage, Elmer, Lucky Sutton, and John Charlie, J.C. Sutton, their respective wives, Vera and Eileen, Eileen's brother, O.P. Baker, and Billy Ray Taylor and his wife, June. Both the Taylors, Lucky and Vera Sutton, were reportedly inertiant carnival workers. They were carnival workers.
Okay.
Who were visiting the farmhouse. When the officers returned the next day, they found the house empty. Neighbors informed them that the families had packed up and left after claiming the creatures had returned at about 3:30 that morning. What these things look like...
So let me get this straight. They're there was multiple like
There are
sheriffs, citizens, and everything that just like in a gunfight,
so
or it was just like they don't want to have a potential
they
gunfight.
from August 21st, 2022, they said that these people were basically like sieged their house by little metal men. Is what the reports say.
Yeah.
So, these things, they weren't really like little green men, but they do have like the kind of like an alien-esque, like that's kind of the depiction of them from back then.
Yeah.
So with this, they are some reported that when they shot them that it made it like a metallic ting as the bullets hit them, so they were never harmed. But yeah, they would like go up and like peek in the windows,
right,
and like scratch at the walls and like go to the door and stand in the doorway, and like they were just like running around the house constantly, and these guys were just going window to window with a 20 gauge and a 22 and just like blowing holes through the screens, the windows, the doors.
What year?
1955.
Okay, so I'm gonna call complete bullshit on this.
Why?
Complete BS. I don't believe that they met aliens. I think it was an actual, just like, you know, like a pack of like small wolves or something, you know.
A pack of small wolves?
Wolves.
The big bulbous eyes and everything?
Yeah, wolves, you know, silver wolves or whatever.
Like,
I don't know.
Like
some
inbred
type of
wolves,
creature.
They're all ganked up and just
ganked
like,
up?
yeah, they're
No.
all like deformed in the face.
No, I think these are perfectly normal wolves, and these families just like, oh.
Yeah, but I mean, you think they would have hit one of them?
Absolutely not. That's what the tinking was. They were like, oh, I know I hit them for sure. Clearly, he was just a bad marksman, and he doesn't want to be embarrassed.
Interesting.
Like,
So,
like, I don't know. That's just how I feel.
there's a couple explanations
Yeah.
that people come up. Once again, the great horned owl seems to be a thing. Some say alcohol was a factor. UFOologist Jerome Clark writes that the supposed creatures floated through the trees, and the sounds of bullets striking them resembled bullet striking metal buckets. Clark described an odd luminous patch along a fence where one of the beings had been shot, and in the woods beyond, a green light whose source could not be determined. However, the description was consistent with foxfire, a bioluminescent fungus on decaying wood. So they kind of go back and forth in terms of like, is it real, is it not real, is it real, is it not real, is it real, is it not real?
Yeah, no.
Funny enough, though, a lot of people still stand by this story, especially in Hopkinsville,
Yeah?
in Christian County.
Okay.
But this is the cool part. Guess what all this created?
What's up? Don't tell me this like created like Halo or something.
No. Have you ever heard of the director Steven Spielberg?
Yes, I may have. Yeah,
Okay.
I've heard of him.
You know what movie he got really famous for?
Not in particular. No, I've heard of him. Oh, E.T.
So after researching this, in the late 1970s, Steven Spielberg used the event for the basis of Night Sky and an unproduced science fiction horror film. But yeah, there are some of it in E.T. The 1986 comedy horror film Critters is loosely based on the event. I watched that movie. It was great. What also can you think that looks kind of like that? Kind of like bulbous head, long spindly arms, bat wing ears, starts with a P, ends with a mon.
Wait, are you talking about a Pokemon?
Yeah.
Are you talking about the is it like I don't know what
Purple.
Pokemon? Purple?
Yeah. It's got gems for eyes.
Oh, Sableye?
Yep. Sableye is based on this.
Oh.
In the Pathfinder role-playing game, the Hopkins are a type of gremlins based on this event. The event was basis for the Annoyance Theater musical. It came from Kentucky. There have been multiple, there's been multiple different YouTube documentaries.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, there are a million and one between. I actually bought a hat from a local store, right, that had a patch, and I was like, what is Hopkinsville, Kentucky? Because it had a patch, and I still have the patch. It's a purple patch.
Yeah.
And it's got these little purple dudes on it, and their eyes are yellow, and it says Hopkinsville, Kentucky, and they have a bunch of like cryptid creature patches. I'm gonna start collecting them. So I want to go to Hopkinsville to check this out.
Yeah, I got you.
So,
okay.
I watched 2 things on this, along with a plethora of other YouTube videos. I watched Critters from 1986.
Okay.
It was a super fun movie, but it was definitely like an 80s horror comedy.
Yeah, absolutely.
So they did have this really gruesome effect. So the critters, which are like kind of like terrifying Ewoks almost. Right?
Yeah.
They're like short and stumpy, but they eat everything. So they broke out because they broke out of a space prison asteroid, right?
A space prison
Yeah.
asteroid.
So it's on an asteroid flying through space. And then it's like, what happened? And it's like they broke out. And it's like, what do you mean they broke out? And they stole a spaceship and they left. It's like, oh my gosh. So the guy that's like running like the warden of the asteroid prison, it goes to these bounty hunter guys. He's like, hey, I need you to go find these things. Like, take the spaceship, go track them, like go get them. And they're like these weird like obviously they're human wearing a mask, right? But the mask is just like this amorphous green like hood blob thing. So they look really weird, like green. It's got like yeah, just like they covered their face in like green silly putty.
That's okay.
Yeah.
That's weird.
So they go in and they're changelings. So like the dude's doing research on Earth and he finds like a rock star and he's like, all right, I'm gonna turn into him. And so he like leans back in his chair, and one of the coolest special effects I've ever seen in a fucking movie happens right then, where his like you see like the bones, like the green dissolves into bone, and then it's like muscle sinew, like the green pops back up and makes all the muscle, and then the green pops back out and makes the skin. And then he's like okay, cool. And then he looks at his buddy, and his buddy's like still green face, and he's like, what the fuck are you doing? Like you got
like, come on,
somebody.
Let's go.
And he's like, no, they all look gross. I don't want to be one of them. I was like, dang. So then there's a guy, Charlie, who's running around. He's got fillings in his teeth, and he swears that he can hear like radio chatter, and like he's like, oh, they're talking to me through the fillings in my teeth. But he's like farm help and a drunk. And then you have the family, which is a mom, dad, a shitty little brother, and then the big sister. And then the big sister brings her new boyfriend home from New York. Kills were fun. Like, it was just a fun movie all around. I really enjoyed it. Go check it out. I did watch oh my God. I watched a documentary on YouTube. That one was not worth it. It was definitely, it felt like early, not like beginning text to speech, but like early text to speech.
Yeah, and they kept messing up the words or something. Like the words
a little
weren't
bit.
like.
But then like this, it was like an hour long. But the whole thing was like he told the story of what happened, and then it was like, and then what could it be? And it's like, okay, what could it be? And then he just went on like these weird like tangents. He just went off into I'm like, okay, like this isn't a documentary. This is just you wanting to talk.
You see, I'll be real. I don't believe these people.
I hope the Hopkinsville goblins come.
I feel like they were just high on shrooms for the first time. Like these people in the 50s found shrooms. Were like, oh, what is this?
I don't think they found shrooms. I think they were carnies. I think they were fucked up people.
I think no, I'm just saying like, oh, what is this? Like it's their first time seeing shrooms, trying it, trying different drugs,
Well, I believe in aliens.
Yeah.
So I think Flatwoods, right?
You know what has got me?
I think these guys were the scouting party.
I think I understand why I can't get around a lot of extraterrestrial is the way people describe them is so like far-fetched into my mind, and maybe like ghosts and spirits I can understand because I'm thinking of a person that has died and it's their
yeah, so you're kind of giving it a more human form.
Yes, my mind can give more of a human form, but like I feel like I would have to see it to believe it, or like the strange happen. I would have to be in that scenario of this strange occurrence actually unfolding in front of me, but just hearing from people and then how ridiculous the account is, like that's so far, like that's so like
yeah. My whole thing though is it like, and this is where the validity comes into the story for me. You have a family, who has a home, who has friends that come over, right? They're under siege from these crazy little things, right? Hold on.
Yeah.
And they take to blowing holes in their home the first night. Obviously shaken, they go to the police. I've never met somebody who's like carny cracked out meth head that has ever been like, hey, I just blew 30 holes in my wall shooting at little green men. I need to go to the police.
I think it was acid, a bad acid trip.
Same thing.
You know?
But here's the thing. Not only the parents, but the kids corroborated the story. The kids also were like, yeah, this happened. And it was real enough and visibly shaken enough that like 16 law enforcement people went to go check it out.
Right.
Saw the holes blown in the walls.
Right.
They're like, hey, there's no evidence. We're dipping. So they dip. And then at 3:30 in the morning, they're gone. The family abandons their home.
Which citizen said, oh yeah, they packed up and left.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like the family abandoned their house that they were living in because these things came back.
I think it was a bad acid trip. I think it was a very bad one. And they were like, we're going to
they go back and go do more?
Yes. I think they did more. It was
I
through.
I think the Hopkinsville, the goblins came.
I'm not putting down their.
And they were.
I'm not putting down their experiences. They probably did see something. I'll give them that. But it's just so hard to think like that, you know?
One day we'll get visited by aliens. All right. You ready for this scenario?
Absolutely.
Okay. You're asleep in your bed and you're woken to your house shaking. You look towards your window and you see a streak of light as something falls from space off into the distance. Right? You're like, man, that was fucking cool.
Okay.
And then you see about a meteor landing, a small meteor landing, and in a field out there near where you live on the news the next morning. And you're like, oh man, that's crazy. We had a space rock fly.
Yeah.
All right. The next night, you're in bed, and you look out your window, and you see two big, reflective, pupilless eyes looking back at you through your window. And you like jump a little bit, and it scampers off, right? And then the third night, you go to sleep, and you're waking up to the tick, 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 tick. And you look up, and there's like two of them little bastards. Like, you don't see a mouth, you just see the big old bulbous eyes and the bat wings.
You see the eyes.
And you see the bat wings.
You see the bat wings.
The ears and their little spindly metal hands.
First of all, I'm going to get on my camera system that I got. Right? These guys don't know.
Well, you got a closed circuit TV on your...
No, I have a camera system and it's hooked up from the Wi-Fi. I can see outside.
Oh, okay.
You know, that's, yeah.
Gotcha.
So I have that. I'm going to check it out. And then, that third night, like, I'm going to go back. I'm going to check it.
Okay.
Right? See what it is. See if I can get evidence on it, right?
Okay.
If I can find evidence, then yes, I'm calling it in. Like, hey, I'm getting visited by these things. Like, I'm not dealing with it. I'm not fighting. I've learned my lesson from all the other fights.
And they're just like, hey man, you're having a bad trip. Click.
Well, gotta do it myself. And then just shotgun ready. You know? No, I'll be real. But if it's at night and I see these things like doing the tapping and then that, right? Mm-hmm. That night that they're starting to like overwhelm the house or something. I've seen these things on the first night that I'm finally recalling that these things are fast, right?
Oh yeah, no, they
fast,
scamper.
Yes. I'm going to either find a gun, which I don't own. I don't own a gun. So
soft target, guys.
It's gonna be the biggest knife in the house, the butcher knife or whatever.
Oh, you're going Michael Myers on these things.
And it's gonna be me, Rex, and Luna, and we are going to fend off this house. I'm gonna get 2 knives, right?
Internet was up.
2 knives, right?
One in your teeth.
I'm in my pajamas. I'm ready for this fight.
Gotcha.
Right? I'm gonna, you know what? I'm like the I'm gonna be like the Asian chick from Sinners who yells out like, "Come on in!" Who just yells like, "Let's go!"
Never invite them in.
I'm gonna invite them in because I'm ready to fight. I'm going down. I'm going down.
All I can see is you saying this. Do you remember the American Dad episode where it was like one of the first Christmas ones where they fought Santa Claus? And they suck the candy canes to a point and use them as swords.
Yes.
And all the elves are running in and they're just getting stabbed. Just like, that's what I feel like it would just be like. Is you and your two dogs and you just like jamming these, just killing them, just bodies piling up. It's just like a horde of these things are just coming at your house.
And they're that small too.
Yeah.
These are like German shepherds to them.
Yeah.
You know, Rex is like, I have 2 corgis, by the way. Exactly. Actually, I see these 2 dogs just hiding in the corner.
Oh yeah,
like,
100%.
what are you doing?
One of them would try to touch would try to touch Rex, and you'd be like, "Oh!" And he'd go scampering off, or he'd bring like a
they'll
toy.
be barking.
Yeah, he'll
They'll be
bring a
barking.
toy to him and be like, "Hey, you want to play?"
No, they'll just be barking hard, like loud.
Mm-hmm.
But no, I'm gonna sit there and just whack,
Whack, whack, whack,
yeah.
whack, whack. Interesting.
Yep, I don't know.
I am much of the same idea. I'm defending my household.
Absolutely.
I am grabbing firearms because I own them, and I'm going to defend my house. I'm probably going to try to get my kids and my wife into like a back bedroom, maybe even my bathroom because the window's small, and like, here you go, honey, keep the kids safe, and then I'm going to go just like choke point the hallway. But I'm going to like do it in like style because I would like tell Google to turn all the lights red and start playing metal music. It's like, like the Doom guy music starts playing.
Alexa, play the Intruder alarm.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. I love those videos.
Oh my goodness. No, yeah, I definitely see myself just on the top of a pile of like these gremlins. Come to find out, it's just little people.
Oh,
just decided.
We played a prank. We lost. It's like, oh no. Yeah.
On this episode, what would you do? Oh my god.
Yeah, I know, right?
No.
That should be how we do what the little scenario. It should be like a genie's wish, where there's always like that like really twisted, fucked up ending, or it's like
like a monkey paw.
It's like I want all the pedophiles to disappear. Now they're all invisible. It's like, oh, they're invisible pedophiles. Like, oh no.
So we're on the very same mind of the scenario of just.
Oh yeah, no, I feel like nobody got hurt. Like, and that's kind of the other crazy thing is out of the original story, nobody caught a stray. You know what I mean? Like nobody caught a stray round. Nobody got hurt. Like they just got freaked out and they ran.
These things don't seem that very like hostile.
No, I think they're a scouting party.
I don't think they're a scouting party.
I think they're a scouting party.
I feel like they're a scavenger like guild in terms of like space.
It's kind of like you ever see Lilo and Stitch?
Yeah.
Yeah, the doctor, the alien doctor, the evil genius, he was just like, dump them. And then they just went scampering around the world. So.
Okay.
Yeah. All right, movie time. We're making a movie.
Okay.
We're, are you making, like, I've seen horror comedies. I think, like, extraterrestrial horror, like a mixing of signs with this one would be a lot of fun, but you want me to go first? Or you want to go first?
To be fair, I kind of already got one.
Oh, let me hear it.
All right, so the main character, I wanted to be Mark Wahlberg.
Oh, I like where this is going already.
I want to go serious, I think.
Okay.
I don't know. So,
are you going to do like a retelling of the actual story, or are you going to do like a modern encounter?
No, I want to do like a different honor encounter because I like the idea of them kind of shape-shifting.
Uh-huh.
You know, changing into something else. Maybe, I don't know. But I want him to be a kind of a gunslinger type dude, you know, or a law enforcement, you know, detective.
Okay.
I know we've done a lot of like detective type deals.
You can have him like army vet, like special forces.
Yeah, you know what? I could have him. Yeah, ranger. Yeah, retired ranger.
It's just him from Shooter.
Oh.
It's just him up in the woods, just taking mile-long pop shots of these things.
Nah, like so like the movie is going to be centered around these things visiting, basically Earth, and they've ended up in this like town, for instance, and we're gonna go ahead and give them the premise, the premise of these things were attracted to certain metals, right? That can only be found from space. And long time ago in this town, an asteroid or type deal landed in it.
So you got like a hill,
Yes.
and under the hill is an asteroid, and all these things are like kind of flocked to the
yes, because
kind of like the secondary magnetic field that's
and it's only because there's certain type of metals that can be found in space that landed on Earth that's in this area, right? Unfortunate that this town created an entire town around it.
Yeah.
Now you get the normal news reportings of, hey, we've seen weird lights, we've seen ships.
Yeah.
This ranger comes back, retired. He got out of he's out of service now. He's retired. He's coming back to town, kind of taking over like a hardware shop for his family.
Okay.
Old mother, old father, and all of a sudden there's disappearances that start going out, but then they're not like, oh, we got to look for them, because they end up showing up the next day. And I'm kind of taking the page from what you said from the Flatwoods, kind of how the kid shows back up, but it's them.
Oh yeah.
So it's like, oh, either the kid or it's the adult, or it's
I like the premise of this movie. My thing is the initial, you need to have like missing pet posters, you know what I mean, like where they're taking the animals because they're little,
yes,
and they're like learning how to like basically transform into these things and wear them, and then it's like, okay,
oh, you know what, that's how we can start, is that it starts with like him coming into town and he's seeing quite a bit of like he runs by and it's like a poster of just animals missing. He's like, why is there so many? He's like, they've been going like missing weekly for some reason, like cats, sometimes dogs, a lot of them were strays. So and then it's the aliens that are it's the goblins that are actually like learning how to change shape. So they're going from that, and then we get our first human disappearance, where it's like a teenagers or who go camping in the woods or are on the beach at night. That's what happens.
Oh, then you have like a point in the movie where he's like driving and all the fucking animals are sitting up on that one hill. Like they're all just perched there.
Yeah.
And like the sun's setting, you can just see all the silhouettes of them across the ridge. Like they're all just drawn to that thing.
I think we can have it too, to where he gets like a little bit more information from when a group of teenagers get attacked. One of them escapes and then goes to him and is like, hey, this, I don't know what I saw, blah, 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 blah. This thing attacked me and attacked my friends. They took them. And, okay, calm down. Let's go see. And then we see them walking down the street. It's like, wait, that's them.
Yeah.
They talk, and clearly the person, the teenager who like is talking to Mark, is like, these aren't my friends. They're way different, Yeah,
I hate that.
I don't know where to go from here. I don't know like the climax and endings.
Ooh, I think your climax comes in to where he had, obviously like gun montage where he like reloads, but he's finding out that like a chunk of the town is now these things. Like he's starting to notice like weird ticks. Maybe he like, depending on the time that you want the movie set in, maybe he like picks up the phone and it's a party line and they're like, and like doing all weird like clicky like talks and stuff, and he's like, what the fuck, like hangs it up, puts it back up, like same thing, and he's like, but he like finds out that like a good chunk of the town is actually these things, and it's like once he figures it out, he just walks up to one and it's just like, hello, and he just blasts it and it turns back. I think it's like they all scream and start chasing him.
I think and the town starts getting attacked or whatever. Yeah, but then there's a group where they're in the store. It's a group of them, like a sheriff, him, the girl that was attacked, or the guy who made it out, the girl, right? And then like a mother and their child, right? And then
the baby's just like,
and then
I I'm ready.
And then there's another
Kill
like
the
random guy.
fox.
Oh my god. There's a random guy too, right? And they're talking, it's like, what's happening to the town? Like, okay, these are these things. Like, we've seen these things a little bit. We don't really understand them. But the thing is Mark has seen these things, been attracted to a lot of different types of metals, types of gems and everything too. That's why they talk on metallic sounds, or they're like, right? And so what I'm thinking is
kind
the
of a
necklace.
cool idea.
And I was thinking on the necklace of the mother has like these gems, and the random guy that's in the store is just staring at the gems, like hard, like staring at them, and it's kind of like a little bit of jewel, but only Mark sees it, and he just goes and blasts him. Like he that's how he identifies. Like,
hold on.
You know what I'm saying?
Are you playing the random guy? Do you want to be in your own movie?
What?
Like cameo?
No.
You don't want to be a cameo in this movie?
No.
Because all I picture is this dude, and it's like this just busty woman, and he's just like, wow, those gems are great. It's like, and then he just get. I was just making sure you weren't just trying to look at some boobies. I mean,
no, but you know, something like that. I think that's how, like, that's why they talk like that too. Especially like over the line, like he's trying to figure out like what that all that stuff is. That
almost like
sound.
the idea of like the metal like clicks and stuff is almost like pipes getting hit together too. You have like a twing. You know?
Exactly.
Maybe he finds out because they're like weirdly metal that like magnets are attracted to them. So like they walk into a store and he's just watching the magnet. Like somebody's over there like looking at something and you just see the magnets like lifting towards them.
And he presses them hard, and everybody's like, "Calm down, calm down."
It's like, no, it's one of those. And just like,
and it's just silver blood or something.
Yeah, like metallic, like, and then but it like reverts back to its form.
Exactly.
But then you could actually have it like be kind of weird because you could have like it like elongate itself to like make like. You know, because it starts small, and then it elongates itself. So then you kind of have like the tie-in of like the normal alien-looking, just with the ears.
I think
this kind of reminds me of the Skrull from Marvel, Miss Marvel movie, the green alien people.
Oh, I know. Yeah, I know the Skrull. Yeah,
the Skrull that can like shapeshift. And it's like whatever Earth they're on in Marvel. It's like like 60% of the planets is aliens. And hiding. I like the idea of shape-shifting.
Yeah, I think these things.
I would love to tell like the actual story, like film the actual story to a T of these guys, and it's like I want it to escalate though, right? So it's like kind of like some family dramas type stuff, like friends come over, everybody's like, you know, they might have like an argument, blah blah blah, and then the kid comes down, and he's like, "Mommy, Daddy, like I saw something outside of my window." Right? And then it's like, what the fuck is that? And they go up there and look, and it's like this thing, like they just see it like scurrying off into the tree line. Like, what the fuck was that? And so they like go out and they're like shining flashlights. They're doing XYZ trying to find these things. And then, but like as the story goes on, like I want it to be like you have to watch it a second time because every time you look in the background, there's one of them hidden. Like like the camera pans and it's like nighttime and they're arguing, but then you see like the hands, right? Like the fingertips, like in the shot. You know, they're going to bed and they say goodnight, you know, and you hear like the soft like tick, tick, like you hear like a scurry. And it's like it's almost like damn rats, like, you know what I mean? But like no, it's these things, and like as the story progresses and like the stress level rises in the house, and the protectors are yelling at the kids, and like everything's escalating, and they're all sweating, and then these things actually come up, and it's like one of those things where they kind of have everybody in the living room together, right? And the door opens and it's just kind of like standing there, and then they blast it and you hear the metallic clank and it scurries off, and then the dog bolts to the door to bark, and another one just like reaches in and grabs it and just yanks it out of the house into the darkness, and you just hear like the burr, and like as they kill the dog, and they're like, oh my god, these things are like vicious. So then they start like going on kind
I
of like
won't lie, when you were saying like you watch it back and you see them.
Yeah.
I just had the picture of like the Scary Movie 3 of the aliens like
Yeah.
on the camera just walking like.
Yeah, but it's like it's one of those things like it's because this house is so out there rurally. So then they go like you know the first climactic like encounter happens and the dog gets killed, and so they go to the police and they're like the police come out and they're like there's no tracks, there's no nothing, like they're like yeah your dog died but like it looks like she just had a heart attack, like there's no asphyxiation marks, there's no squeezing.
Fix it too. Oh, never mind.
But like they completely write them off, and then the next night they come in, and then it's not just like tap tap tap, but it's like bang bang bang, you know, and they're like throwing rocks through the windows, and they're shooting out, and they're doing all this stuff, and they're like get the kids in their fucking car, and it's like you know they're piling in. Like one of the kids gets drug off a little bit, and he like shoots one of them, scampers off. You know they're all, and then they go back and like you know you obviously have like the self-sacrifice moment of like your main character, and he's just like you know little extra telling, but
I'm gonna change mine up. We're gonna have the cast from Ted.
Oh my gosh.
In the cabin.
I was actually funny enough, I was really thinking about like casting like who the main character would be. And I was really thinking Andrew Garfield.
Oh, that'd be sick.
Like Andrew Garfield, like coveralls, like obviously like you know, you kind of spread the rest of the cast out with some other people. But I don't want anybody like too like macho, but I kind of want like that like 1950s.
Actually, I was also thinking too you could do I forgot his name. Who played Jim from The Office or played in the Quiet Place?
Oh my gosh, if you hadn't asked me or if you hadn't brought him up. I know what you're talking about though.
But I feel like he would have been a pretty good.
He would be a good one in that
him
one.
and Andrew Garfield
like arguing over like how to protect the kids and what they're gonna do. Like one of them being a little bit more like, you know, we gotta just be defensive. But then you see like the hand like reach down out of the fireplace and it like grabs the little girl's hair and pulls it real hard, and she's like snatched to the fireplace and like it's trying to yank her up, and she's like dragging her claw or dragging her fingernails off, and they're like grabbing her and pull her back. She's like, you know, all scared like.
Oh, I thought you were gonna say like they drag her back, but it's just her like half of her torso.
Oh no! I want to. So this movie to me needs to be suspenseful, but it needs to be PG-13.
Oh, so okay, you're going with
this has to be like one of those like I'm not gonna make it super gory. I'm not gonna make it a whole lot of swearing. I'm gonna make it like 1950s, like grainy. But I want it to be like suspenseful.
The telling of the
telling of the story, but like it's not until that first night, and like the first night happens like
it just progressively
45
gets
minutes
worse.
It gets progressively worse and worse and worse.
However,
kind of like a paranormal movie happens. You know, it's like you have like the first knock and like ooh that corner's dark and ooh this and ooh that, and then it like ramps. And that's kind of the thing. It's like slow gas pedal. Okay, I hit 30 miles an hour. I'm putting my pedal to the metal.
However, it's just what you're saying is that everything is actually there at the very beginning too.
Yeah.
Like they've been there since the very beginning.
Yeah, they've been there.
It's not just the first night.
It's the fact that they brought like it's kind of like one of those things where it's like, oh, they brought more people.
Yeah,
in.
it's just the tapping. Oh, you left the faucet, or the sounding of a faucet almost. But it's like, oh, it's not on. Well, I don't hear it anymore.
Yeah.
So, oh, okay.
Yeah.
Stuff that you just kind of wave off.
But as the camera pans and moving shots, they're like peeking in the windows. You know what I mean? But it's like real faint.
One of them, they could be like, "Oh, mom or dad, look at that owl in the trees," and it's like he sees
one
the
of them perched
but he
up there.
He sees the eyes because it's so dark.
Yeah.
From afar, it's like, yeah, that is a weird owl.
Yeah, that was kind of big.
But like he just kind of waves it off.
But I want it to be like the first, the reveal of these things though is when that door opens and it's just like, and it's just their silhouette, and they blast it, and the muzzle flash is what lights it.
Do you know what could be the calm before the storm?
What's that?
Right before that is that he's coming from they get back and it's like near nighttime.
Mm-hmm.
I'm assuming, right?
Yeah.
Is this like the third, fifth night or something when they first?
This would like the
third or fifth night.
Yeah, I'd probably give it like the
Okay, so what I'm imagining is like they're going into the house, but he's just like going. He's walking slow and he's noticing the sound around him.
It is quiet.
Like the woods itself, there's nothing.
Yeah.
And that's tall tale
yeah.
sign that like, oh, there's something out there, and then
Yeah.
just walks off and then carries on with
And
the
then, yeah, bang, bang, bang. Yeah, Jim from The Office and Andrew Garfield arguing over how to protect the kids, and it's funny enough because he can kind of play like the macho man protector, but he's not like Henry Cavill, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
or
Henry
like
Cavill,
or like any of Chris Hemsworth or any of the
yeah,
like,
or
it's
Reacher.
not like, yeah, it's nothing like that,
No, I got you.
Yeah, that would kind of be my movie. I would love to tell the story of it and actually have it like end in a way that like everybody survives, but it'd be so suspenseful throughout the entire movie that like everybody's heart rate is like at a cool 110.
Oh yeah, just
because that's the other thing too, is like you don't necessarily know how many of them there are until they start attacking. And it's like, oh, you see one here, you see one there, you see one here, you see one there. But then you're faced with a horde of 12 and you're like, oh,
you know what's
shit.
crazy and scary is like they get into the car, they're like, start it up. They start it up. They're all kind of looking around, but not like in front of them.
They
and
turn the lights on, yeah.
And it's just like 20 of them in front. They just
don't
scream.
I hate to say, I just don't know how you would make these things like
scary or
like hyper, like their physical form that scary. I mean, like you could do like the elongated arms, the short legs.
Elongated arms, short, kind of silver. You could go with that. Claws, and then like give them like gem kind of yellowy eyes. You know,
they were gonna be black eyes, but if you hit it with a flashlight, they would reflect yellow.
Yeah, I can see that.
Yeah,
that's perfectly fine. Do that, and then it's not so much as like their form being like scary, because I see that as like out of left field, like Chucky, for example.
Yeah.
Like when you see him up close and personal, and like he's just there, and he's moving around, and you know he's moving around. It's kind of like you're not really terrifying to me, but like it's the when you can't see them, you can't hear them coming, you don't know he's moving.
Okay, so you're saying use more of their
stealthiness, their speed, as the scary aspect. Not like they shouldn't be menacing and like looking at it, but it should be what they do and how they move.
Yeah, you're right. I like that, because you could even have them like where two of them are knocking on like different windows at the same time.
Yeah,
and then one of them's like crawling, like seeing the fireplace like spitting out as it's crawling up and down the fireplace.
Exactly, because they have their long things like the claw or whatever. Yeah, exactly.
But it's like they're pack distracting, where it's like, hey, we go.
It's the endurance thing that makes them. It's like the old primitive hunting where you tire out your prey first,
chasing it around.
Exactly.
I like that a lot.
Oof.
Yeah, Hopkinsville, Kentucky. That's what we got.
I'd say. So that's pretty much
another little alien, little extraterrestrial, little funny.
We good there?
I think we're good.
All right. Well, if you guys enjoyed, listening, watching this episode of the Ghosts and Ghouls podcast, please go ahead and leave a like, comment, and subscribe, and turn that bell on for any notifications. Like I said, to stay updated with what we do, and follow us on our TikTok, Instagram, and go ahead and leave a like on our any other podcast platforms, iHeartRadio.
Ratings help us out a lot.
Absolutely.
Also, it's a race to 1,000. Race to 1,000. We're going to do a giveaway. We're going to design some merch. Race to 1,000 subs on YouTube. It's going to be our first goal.
Absolutely.
And then we're going to release 2 our subs on YouTube, and then we'll see how it goes. And then from there we'll move on to bigger and better giveaways.
Yep. And we have more stuff in the background that we're actually coming up with as well, but that's going to take some time. But
yeah,
like I said, we're taking this slow and steady, learning everything. So thank you guys.
Thank you guys. It's a candle, dude. Calm down. Ghosts and Ghouls.